Hi everyone, Dr. McClellan here. Wanted to come on to talk to you about 5 steps that you can take to overcome your chronic fatigue syndrome. And this is a very common problem around the world. 2.5 million people around the world have chronic fatigue syndrome, and many of them are women with this constant up and down of roller coaster feelings all day long. And many times they go to a doctor, they go to their physician, and they are only been told that it's all in their head and that they have a diagnosis of being psychosomatic. I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you can relate because you're probably on this video right now because you're probably suffering with chronic fatigue syndrome as well. And I'm just going to go through the 5 steps, very simple steps to overcoming chronic fatigue syndrome. But first, please hit that bell and get notified every time a video I do comes out. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about the symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome. And it is, for many women, symptoms that they have are the common symptoms that I'm going to talk about right now. But many times you have symptoms that are just vague as well, and they are not usually common. And many times you may have chronic fatigue syndrome and you don't really realize it or don't even recognize it. So it's great to listen to these types of videos, understand the symptoms, and if you are getting 2 to 3 more symptoms such as this, then maybe it's something that you want to check on and see whether or not it's something that you may be you may have. So the symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome include extreme tiredness, lack of energy, dizziness when sitting or standing, joint and muscle pain, headaches, chills and night sweats, brain fog, lack of concentration, memory loss, and insomnia, lack of sleep. So I'm going to go into now the 5 steps to overcoming the chronic fatigue syndrome. And one of them, you might have heard of it often, but really, how many times do you really do this and get into a pattern of doing it? So one of the best ways is to meditate, deep breathe, to lower a lot of the stress before bedtime. So this is a great time, great way to allow your mind to help your body relieve a lot of the stress being built up by your stress hormone, cortisol. So that is a fantastic way. The second step is to take care of your leaky gut. And if you're not familiar with leaky gut, you may be, but it is when your digestive tract is disrupted by the mucosal lining because of stress on the body. Could be a virus, could be bacteria, could be many things, but it causes the opening of the lining of your mucosal gut to allow toxins into your bloodstream and cause a lot of havoc. Symptoms including gas, bloating, diarrhea, to constipation, to many other symptoms, including autoimmune and other chronic conditions as time goes by. So the great way to overcome leaky gut symptoms really simply is through an elimination diet, and this could be done by removing a lot of the sugar, the gluten in your diet, the corn, and many other processed foods that can actually aggravate your digestive tract. So take a look at those, see if you can do elimination diet and remove a lot of the foods that are causing you symptoms, and then add them back and see whether or not they are actually helping or hurting you. Okay. And then I always recommend to a lot of my clients is to detoxify or detox the body and remove a lot of the heavy metals, because as we know, the foods that you eat to the air that you breathe, it's always going to cause some form of um, build up in the body. So one excellent way is to detoxify, and there are many ways to eliminate things like mercury and a lot of other um, you know chem a lot of other heavy metals in the body. So some of these symptoms of heavy metals buildup include, peripheral neuropathy, visual disturbances, auditory disorders, tremors, a lot of things that have to do with the nervous system. Number 4 is to fortify the body with proper nutrition. And I always recommend foods to begin with, and the best foods to help with uh, supporting the T cell function, to help with fighting infections, because the T cells, they do that. They help with fighting infections. And the best foods are the vitamin B6 foods, including salmon, sweet potato, turkey, garlic, cooked spinach, banana, organic grass-fed beef, to support your T cell function. Another one, vitamin, is vitamin B12, and that would really help with your fatigue, with helping strengthen your immune system as well. So vitamin B12 foods include tuna, lamb, raw milk and cottage cheese, sardines, liver, and eggs. So again, vitamin B12 and vitamin B6, because lots of these vitamin B complexes are lacking in our body, in the world today, which is that's a vitamin that we lack a lot of, is vitamin B12. So, and the fifth way to really overcome chronic fatigue syndrome, the best way, is to get your hormones optimized. And you can do this by going to a functional doctor and getting your levels of your cortisol checked, your sex hormones like your estrogen and your progesterone. You can also get your digestive system to see whether or not you have IBS, and thyroid levels. And you want to get through the full panel of your thyroid levels, not just the TSH, okay? Also your antibodies as well. So in conclusion, I want to let you know that these are fantastic ways to overcoming chronic fatigue, because 2.5 million people in the world are suffering with this regularly. So to go over again, the number one way to overcoming chronic fatigue is to get your emotions in check. Number 2 is to take care of your leaky gut. Number 3 is to detoxify the body. And number 4 is to sort of fortify the body with proper nutrition. And 5 is to get your hormones optimized. So these are the top 5 ways to getting your chronic fatigue syndrome optimized so you can function better, sleep better, and feel better, because this is something that is millions of people suffer with regularly on a regular day. And why not start with a more natural, holistic approach rather than popping pills and trying to compound on things that are already not working for you. So if it's not working for you, then look to natural approaches to overcoming your chronic conditions. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. And if you have any comments, please write them below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.